Good morning. I was just out here starting to make a video and lightning came up, asked me for some food, being very cute. So a little bit of a delay here, but I wanted to make a video about this improvement that we've made to our duck enclosure, which I now refer to as a barn. I think it's more of a barn because it's much more enclosed at this point, but Wendy says it's still not a barn. A barn is a lot bigger. It's true. So it just kind of depends on what you call a barn. But I want to talk to you about why we did this and why it's really changed a lot. First thing you'll notice is that we've got our boy duck, the Drake, inside. He's all alone there because his other buddy is over here in this separate area. The boys have to be supervised when they're by our girls during like the main 6 to 9 months of summer, or else they get a little bit too engaged. Sometimes we keep the boys together. This time it just happened to be easier to get them into the separate places. But there's no real reason for keeping them separate other than it was easier. We're still working on the gutters for the main system. We'll be able to collect roof water off of there without putting these water buckets underneath the gutters pretty soon. And there's a lot of reasons why we did this, but probably the main reasons are wind. The ducks don't really like it when it gets windy during winter storms or just like windy days in the winter or the summer. This protects them from the wind more. They're okay with temperature that goes down to 30 degrees below that, especially if it's windy. They just don't like it. So this helps them be happier. You can see that we added a roof on top of this. That's the main thing that wasn't salvaged material. So that costs a bit of money. And then even on this, what we're calling bachelor pad, as you can see the roof on there now. And the roof is partly for the summer months here because the rain, the ducks don't really mind the rain, but the roof protects them from getting too much sunlight and overheating. It also protects them from the wind. It is still important to have airflow, so you can see that not all the areas are closed off. And in terms of the rain, although the ducks don't mind the rain at all, it does make it a lot nicer for us when we're taking care of the ducks, doing things in the enclosure, that it's dry for us and we're not just walking around in our raincoats. And then one more topic about this enclosure turn barn that I really like is it insulates the noise a lot better. So one thing that we always worry about because we have neighbors is whether the ducks are making too much noise, especially in the morning when they say, they let us know that they want to be let out because they love being able to roam freely in our entire yard. And so we used to always wake up at sunrise because that's when the ducks would start making noise. Now they actually start making noise a little bit later. They get more shade. Maybe they're not as eager to get out. It's kind of a nice and cozy place in there. And then when they do make noise, it doesn't sound as loud from inside of our house. And our neighbors say they can't really hear it, but we always kind of worry that they're just being nice and maybe it doesn't bother them, but we want to make sure that we keep it quiet for the neighbors as well. So yeah, we really like that this insulates noise, protects from the wind, protects from the rain. There's just so many reasons that we're happy that we did this, although I definitely understand why we didn't do it sooner. You know, it took a little bit of savings and time to be able to, you know, improve this. Well, Big Pooh finished doing her walk around the house. And Roundy and Strawberry came back as well, taking a little dip. Water is still a little muddy. We'll refresh the water today. And I thought about one more reason why this enclosure is just great. Raccoons sometimes come around at night, even possums, and you know, with the additional insulation on this, you know, and what I mean by insulation is just these wall panels. It's not like actual foam insulation or anything. But with the additional barrier, the raccoons and possums, they don't scare our ducks as much, so we don't wake up in the middle of the night to them making noise. One time there was an owl that perched on the fence behind there, and it just freaked them out, woke us up at midnight. So this is also, you know, less fear for the ducks because they are afraid of everything. Well, I hope you found that interesting, and you know, let me know in the comments if you have something that you've done to your enclosure for your ducks or chickens, and what you really liked about it. This is probably not the last time we make any improvements, so always looking for more tips too.